Ooh, my son is going to love this. Do you want to elevate your tofu game? Let's dive into a classic Chinese dish that makes tofu the star of the meal and take your taste buds on a mouth-watering journey. Let's get to it. Today, we're going to make Mapo Tofu. This is a popular Chinese dish that consists of tofu in a spicy red sauce along with some meat, usually beef, but I will be using pork here. Traditionally a very spicy dish, given my family's low spice tolerance, I will demonstrate a more milder version, but you can make some easy adjustments to make it more or less spicy to accommodate your own preferences. This is heavily influenced by Made with Lao's version of Mapo Tofu. Shoutouts to them, and I'll share their video in the description below. So to start off, we're going to prepare our aromatics and garnish. We'll mince 5 cloves of garlic, more or less depending on your own preference. Then we're going to slice 2 to 3 green onions or scallions, separating the white and deep green parts as we'll apply them in different phases of cooking. Next, we'll prepare the proteins. First the tofu. Open the package and drain the water inside. Then we will cut the tofu into small bite-sized cubes. Here's my approach to it. First, cut it sideways in half. Then, cut it into thirds. Finally, rotate it and cut it into thirds again. And that's it. Repeat the same process for the other pieces and store them aside. I'm using firm tofu here, but you can use what you like. If you want a smoother, delicate texture, use soft tofu. Firm tofu is more dense and holds its shape better when I cook this dish, which is very important to me as my son loves the tofu cubes. Let's prepare the pork next. I have here a pork loin chop, approximately 150 grams, which I'm going to cut into cubes smaller than the tofu and put it into a bowl. We only need a little bit of pork here as the tofu is the star of this dish. Alternatively, you can use other proteins such as beef, which is more traditional for this dish. Grounded meat is also viable if you want to make this simpler as well. You can also make this dish vegetarian by either omitting the meat or substituting it with mushrooms if that's to your liking. My wife would be delighted with that decision. After washing your hands from cutting the pork, next we're going to create the cornstarch slurry and marinade for the pork. I like to do this at the same time to be more efficient. So first off, in a bowl, add about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to the pork. Then add 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce to the pork, 3 tablespoons of water to the pork, and then 3 tablespoons of water to the cornstarch slurry and mix it all around. Then we can mix the pork and marinade around and set it aside for 5 minutes or more. Make sure to wash your hands again after mixing the pork and marinade. And that's all the prep we need to do. Place everything near the cooking stove area so we'll have everything on hand at the ready. I'm using a large pan with high sides and a lid cover to do this. Now let's get ready to cook. Set the stove to medium heat. As the stove heats up, fill about 2 cups of water on the side. You can adjust this depending on how thick or thin you want your sauce to be. We're going to add about a tablespoon of cooking oil to the pork marinade. This is to help seal and retain its juices during the cooking process so it doesn't dry out. When the stove is hot, add about a tablespoon or 2 of cooking oil and mix the pork in oil before adding it to the pan. Make sure all the pork is touching the surface of the pan. Then sprinkle a pinch of chili flakes on top, more or less depending on your spice tolerance. After 30 seconds or so, stir the meat a little and then add the garlic and stir it again for another 30 seconds. Next, we'll add 2 tablespoons of chili bean paste and mix it all around. Chili bean paste, also known as la dao banzheng, is a key ingredient that gives Mapo Tofu the spiciness, red coloring, and much of its flavor. The paste is made from fermented beans, chili peppers, soybeans, salt, and flour, and can be found in most Asian grocery stores. It's become a staple pantry item for me where it's great to use in other dishes such as Taiwanese beef noodle soup, garlic chili noodles, and my substitute for gochujang when I make dishes such as Korean soft tofu stew, also known as sundubu jjigae. Please forgive my pronunciation as a Canadian-born Chinese. Next, we'll add in the water and use a wooden spatula to deglaze and scrape the yummy bottom bits on the pan. We'll further enhance the sauce by adding 1.5 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of dark soy sauce, mainly to give it a deeper, darker color, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, then stir it all around, incorporating everything. Now add in the tofu, making sure the tofu is spread out evenly in one layer. Shake it around a bit and bring the tofu to a slight boil, then close the lid and wait for 3 minutes. Set the heat to low, and this is a good time to put away your pantry items. And a quick reminder, if you're enjoying the video so far, here's all the things you can click on to connect with me and help support the channel, especially the notification bell. It makes a big difference in helping the channel grow, so your support is greatly appreciated. After a few minutes, open the lid and we'll apply the cornstarch slurry to thicken the sauce. If the slurry has settled, make sure to mix it around before pouring it in. This is an important step. Slowly stir the pot and take your time to pour in the slurry, all while continuously stirring the pot so the starch is interacting with the sauce. Take a look and see if the sauce is at the consistency you like. If it's too thick, add some more water. If it's too thin for your liking, add more of the cornstarch slurry. For reference, my ratio is 1 part cornstarch to 1.5 parts water. My son likes it saucy, so this looks great to me. Add the white parts of the green onion, then move it away from the heating element and dish it out on a plate. Add some sesame oil and green onions for garnish, and you're ready to serve. I got some white rice, and let's give this dish a little taste test. This is excellent. The tofu covered in the sauce gives a soft, tender bite with a burst of rich umami and bold flavors. The chili flakes and the bean paste give it a little bit of heat, and the pork provides a different texture in contrast to the lightness of the tofu. Combined with fluffy rice, this is a warm, comforting meal. I would love to have more right now, but I need to save some for my son. And there you have it, Mapo Tofu, an explosion of flavors that I wish I experienced when I was younger. Tofu was not exactly my favorite food growing up, but now I'm happy that my son looks forward to this and our family can enjoy together. I hope you enjoyed this video learning how to make Mapo Tofu. Try it out and let me know in the comments how it turned out for you. Did you make it more spicy? How saucy do you like your Mapo Tofu to be? I'm curious to know. Appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up, and if you like the content, hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications to learn about new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.